Austin is known for being a very active city. From bike clubs, recreational sports leagues, a lot of gyms, a lot of famous active people living in Austin. One thing that I found out is there's a very passionate group of people on the outskirts of Austin in what is known as the Hill Country, just south of Austin. And those people within those groups love to trail run, such as one of these trails behind me right here. What these people do is they intentionally go out of their way to run on non-road surfaces, up through hills or mountains or valleys, on gravel trails or dirt trails, to have a lot more fun and interaction within their running experience. And it got me thinking, how accepting are these communities and what is it like participating or attending one of these events? I was very lucky to fall in line with an organization that allowed me to come out for a weekend and film one of their races, and they gave me unprecedented access to their event to where I could walk around the entire course and film whatever I wanted, as long as I stay out of the way of the runners, and I happily obliged. And what I found made me very excited to the point to where I'm looking forward to more of these events in the future.
The organization that I embedded myself with is called the Trail Roots Running Community, which hosts 5K, 10K, half marathon, and full marathon races. Each runner throughout the day got one of these tracking bands. These bands track total distance run and live GPS location to ensure no one cheats or gets lost. Along with the tracking bands, each runner got a pair of branded socks of the event and a number sign that runners wore to signify which distance they were running. I got to the event around 6:30 in the morning, as they have all the races on the same track. They stagger the starts about 45 to 60 minutes apart based on the distance each group ran, to prevent congestion on the course and possible confusion on which path to take, as each distance had different turns within the course to complete their specific race. This race was called the Texas Switchback Trail Race, as half marathon and full marathon runners ran a figure-8 track that doubled back past the start-finish line. A lot of the runners were actually excited to see me. Even though I had never attended a race until that day, they made me feel accepted and a part of the community. It was really refreshing, as normally different groups of people can be judgy at times, and there's a warm-up period until people are happy that you were there.
Let's go, baby!
With the trail runners, they were just excited to see new faces around the event and welcomed me with open arms. I even got to talk to the event organizers who gave me tips and tricks on where to film and when the different races were starting. The finish line setup was really cool, as all the families of the runners watched along the sides of the track, cheering for every single runner. They also brought in a taco truck for the runners and set up merch and gear booths in case anyone wanted any swag or running gear. The organizers even brought in a musician to play live and blasted his music on speakers that could be heard around the track. After some of the races started finishing, I asked a runner for an interview to hear his take on how he got into running these types of events.
My name is Gerald Tonigan. When did I start trail running? I've only been trail running for about a year.
I actually was lucky to interview someone who had just started trail running, as he had a fresh perspective on the sport. I asked him what was the initial event that caused him to get into trail running.
I love it. I was a hiker, and one day I was hiking on a trail in New Mexico, and a guy ran by me. I was wearing a heavy pack and hiking boots and hiking poles and out for the day, and a guy just ran by me in t-shirt, sneakers, and shorts, and I was like, what the heck is going on? And so I looked up, and that's when I learned about trail running, and I gave it a try, and I've loved it ever since. Why did I want to start competing in races? There's a park near my house where I was running, and I noticed they were having a trail running race, so I signed up for it and ran in the race and met some cool people and loved the community and decided to keep going to races. How many races have I run? I've run, I think this is my 7th race, and my first couple races were 5Ks, and then I ran a few 10Ks, and now I run longer races, half marathons, and up to 30K, and soon I'm going to try later this year I'm going to try a 50K race.
It was really eye-opening to hear that Gerald wanted to train more and run a 50-kilometer race this year. As it turns out, most of the runners actually train to get better no matter what, always aiming for the next race or run to be longer than the last. After about 5 or 6 hours of being at the races, it was time for me to go home. So I said my goodbyes to the people I had met and went home for the day.
After spending all day at the races, I was very excited to find out that the entire community was very accepting of newcomers, regulars, any gender, all shapes and sizes, any culture, any religion. It doesn't matter. If you're excited to run, they're excited to run with you. And it made me very excited for the future, especially of these types of organizations that seem to just be growing and growing and growing as more people want to get out of the city in order to run. I'm looking forward to participating in some of these events as I plan to start training, and I cannot wait to join some of these groups and some of these communities. And I'm very excited that they allowed me into their community and gave me the treatment of if I had been going there for years. I would highly recommend going out to one of these events or races, or even getting in touch with one of these organizations in order to figure out what would be the best pathway into some of these races. I look forward to seeing y'all out on the trails. Until then, happy running. Reporting live from Austin, Texas, I'm Ian Graffender.